Do we play music for this? I don't know what's going on. Josh Galt couldn't make it, so we ran over here to get on here fast. He couldn't make it. He didn't. Sweetie, Josh did not make it.
Are you live?
I don't know. I mean, yes, but I don't know. I need to play music so that I can officially be or some sort of theme, something. No, what do I? Oh yeah. Okay, I got it. Aloha Amigo 6x6 is the first one.
Aloha.
We weren't going to go on until 2:30, but then Josh Galt's thing fell apart.
I was sleeping.
That's what she said. Oh yeah, she was napping. She wasn't feeling well today. And I was like, well, how does that? I can't stop you from the eBay. eBay must go on. Okay, so he's not still on or anything. Yeah, I know he bailed. And I was like, I will Mighty Mouse to the scene and save everybody from a blank space of talking.
Jacqueline Rose, hi. Aloha. Oh, it's
Okay, what else was I looking at? I was trying to see if there was anything else. Aloha, Biff Buffalo.
Aloha. You know how they say...
Is it too early for... Oops, that wasn't right.
I think it's too early for me, yeah.
It is for you. Yeah.
You know how they could say sometimes dogs can tell if you're sick? Well, he woke me up with his nose
in your nose?
In my... Yeah, he was just sniff.
He was sniffing your disease.
I was like, oh no, am I getting sick?
I hope not.
Feel it.
Aloha, motorcycle dragons of the house. Here comes the big hoard for everybody.
Craven Cards, aloha.
Craven Cards is here as well. As they say, as the children say, in the house. Yeah, we were just gonna come on at 2:30 as normal, and then now we're here. And we have no idea what we're doing. It took us 10 minutes. Okay, so things are being said. I want to share Miss Merritt putting Miss Merritt to bed last night. She says, Dad, knock knock, who's there? Primo Kimo.
Oh.
What? Primo Kimo who? He sells stuff.
Miss Merritt. How cute.
Aloha, Miss Merritt. That's precious.
You are a character, I must say.
Kids do love me. They're like, you're like a flesh-colored Barney. That's the...
I'm so lucky to have you. Even when I feel like crap, you make me laugh.
I come around and try to make people happy.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. That made me feel happy too.
That is so cute.
Any new news on anything? You actually had a piece of information you wanted to discuss.
Yeah.
RE the new thing.
The new make offer. A lot of us have been talking about it on YouTube, how we see that, or we accept someone's offer, but the item is still live up for sale.
The peoples are talking about it on the YouTubes, and we noticed it. We noticed it because the thing happened where you accept it, but then it doesn't go in your thing. And I called, and then they told us that they had AB'd us or whatever.
Rolling it out.
They rolled it out in October, and then they rolled out the second half in December. I still don't understand it completely, as the methodology behind it necessarily, but ultimately, we had some friends who were buyers.
Yeah. Well, so, we know from our perspective that it seems confusing and weird to us.
Aloha, Tommy.
Hi, Tommy.
We hit him with the satellite ray gun. Put down his transmissions.
Did you cut the Canadian for the?
Yeah.
You took the pipe up there, like you went to the. You remember yesterday you were talking about bringing a pipe up to knock some sense into the shipping companies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, to defend Josh because he's paying too much.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, he couldn't make it. I guess the whole Buffalo area is very windy. It's sunny here,
Other areas of Vermont are extremely windy too.
Are they?
They're like, make your coffee now. The power's probably gonna go out.
Make your coffee now.
So, oh yeah, back to the make offer thing now. Yeah, so we have a friend who posted something on social media about his
whatever it is, but he said that
wait, can I?
it
I'll
was
go to
weird because he did put in an offer, but he didn't get any notification that he won the item. He didn't get any. I guess he didn't get a notification that it shipped per se. No, he did get a shipping notification. He didn't get a notification that the money he had paid for it. He just got a notification that it had shipped. That was his understanding of what had just happened, and it's interesting.
Well, and it led to other things. So he did a post. He did a post where he said, "So there's this new eBay feature where if you make an offer, it won't tell you what happened with it. No offer acceptance notification, nor click through to buy. It just buys it. I went back after dinner, and the item was gone." Not in any search, nor in my purchased list. So I figured someone grabbed it, bought another of the same thing.
Oh, right. That was the deal.
But later, the item showed up in my bought list. Now I have two.
Apparently, it wasn't an expensive item, but nonetheless, it was confusing to the buyer as well to the seller what is happening there. So,
and I'm just going to file this under eBay grievances. Hello, eBay.
Right. So this is from the buyer's perspective. So we were left confused when it happened to us as the seller. And it looks like buyers are confused by this whole thing too.
Non-paying bidders are not the issue at all. What is in this time of weirdness of the desert that we're in for the first 10 days, we made we've made 12 sales in 9 days with 3 0 days at the beginning of the year. And if you look at our bar graph, it's the bar graph, and if you look at the sales one where it goes up, it looks like there's a huge city over here. And then all of a sudden there's these tiny little, and then there's no space at all. I mean, there's nothing. And then there's a little tiny little boop, boop. It looks like a little farm. So it looks like it's like a story.
And then just one other person commented, "Yep, that happened to me last night, except I saw the email saying that item shipped before I went looking for another one. I hate the auto pay feature, which you can't avoid because on larger best offers, you still pay all at once. And I usually do pay in 4 on a big ticket."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
you're not going to get as many sales if people are using the buy 4 or using some sort of pay, and you have to use the auto pay.
Those payment installment
installment plans don't work.
So you can't do that.
Yet.
So that's that's another issue with it. Biff was saying, I've only had one non-paying buyer maybe once per year, so that's why I don't care. And
we rarely have them.
Yeah,
what we had though during this desert of sales here is we had three returns.
Ugh, yeah.
A $300 vintage computer return. It did arrive safely. And the person left me positive feedback saying he literally returned it because he didn't want it anymore. And I do offer 30-day free returns for any reason. So he took me up on that on a vintage computer. Then somebody else on another vintage computer item, software disks, about $100 purchase of software for a K-Pro computer. He got a K-Pro, purchased it on eBay for Christmas or something, a couple weeks ago. It didn't work. So he literally is returning these because he doesn't need them anymore because the other thing
that
was
he
broken.
Bought from someone else.
Thank you, seller. Not happy. Do you see how everything that you guys do ripples throughout the eBay matrix? Yes. Tommy says, yeah, we're playing Minecraft with my graph. Yes. Well, there's nothing else to do with it. It's just a sad little demonstration, what have you, of how much everything sucks. But it's okay.
I like stoic reseller comment. He says the problem with non-paying buyers, well, eBay's 2 years late on resolving it.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
But, for the most part, it works. And I turn off immediate payments anyway because we want to be able to offer multiple shipping discounts.
Or when somebody says, "Hey, I really want this. I just can't pay for it today.
Yeah.
I can pay for it in 3 days."
Which is super rare too.
Right.
And returns are super rare. On vintage computing, superiorly rare. Oh, and the third item for returns in the first week of this year, also from vintage computing. From the vintage computing category on eBay,
Do not be on the lookout for vintage computing.
I mean, at least it's being returned for some reason. Never happened
Wait,
before
what
like
was
this.
it?
It was the card that goes in the Apple II GS, and the guy contacted me the next day,
Lord.
panicked, and he said, "It's not working. It's overheating. My computer's burning." And the thing is, with the Apple II GS with the RAM card, it has to go in one particular slot. If it doesn't go in that slot, it can overheat. It will smell. It won't hurt your computer, but a chip will burn, a transistor, and blah blah blah. So the guy thought that was happening. I answered back, like, I'm fine with the refund, anything. Just don't worry about it. We'll get you refunded. Just send me back the item. And he's like, "Thank you so much for the response. I appreciate it. Problem is, I smashed the card and threw it in the garbage." Now, I've heard this excuse before, which is interesting.
I swear I just heard that on someone's YouTube.
So he can't send me back the vintage computing item so I can see that he put it in the wrong card. For any reason, I just can't see it now. So I've had to refund a $300 return, the $100 software guy hasn't even sent it back yet. So maybe he'll forget. We'll just hope for that.
If everybody would just join hands and hope that this guy does not send this back, I would appreciate that.
You don't have to actually touch. In this day and age, don't touch each other.
6x6, I started the year promoting again and have multiple sales daily since the 1st.
What?
Nice.
Are you saying it's time? You like all my...
my week of Christmas, which was unpromoted, was dreadful. Yep.
Really? So do you think they turned... Could it be possible that eBay finally turned the thing on right? And now if we promote, we'll get sales for real? Instead of just paying money into the endless loopy hole? Whatever. Could that be true? Did they do it on January 1st? Now we have to promote. If you promote right, you'll get sales. If I give them money for promoting my items, they will sell. Because I would appreciate that kind of...
6x6 promotes at 6%. That makes
imagine that.
sense.
6x6. Is that 6? There's so many sixes.
What are your thoughts, Primo? Are you going to do any
my
promoting?
My two things were 6.5 and 2.6. So depending on if we do it again, 2.5 is... Or no, 2.6 and 6.5. That was it. So 2.6 was like, I figure everyone promotes at 2. Then the smart asses will do 2.5, and the super smart asses, smart geniuses, if you will, me, I'll do it at 2.6 and fool everybody. But I don't think we. I think we're going to reassess whether we start promoting now. Actually, just because of that one comment. I mean, we're easy to persuade.
You have changed our lives. Tommy was saying, Kimo, my buddy in England is making a fortune selling sleeper cases. He is buying loads of junk, old custom-built PCs, taking the crappy $30 ATX case and selling it for bank. We've done...
Wait, hold on. Where is that? I'm not reading it. Oh, there it is. In England. Sleeper cases. So you're just talking about of junk, old custom-built PCs. Taking the crappy case and selling for bank. I mean, just the case, just the ATX case. People, yes, there's a... So 486s have been hot for a few years. Gaming 486s, high-end, custom-built ones. There's still not a lot of call for Gateway 2000s, although there are. We actually sold one last year, a Gateway 2000, but it didn't go for as much as we thought it would, which is fine because it's 386. But 486s and Pentium 1 seem to be coming up pretty quick. But what we mostly did was gut them for the... video cards, and then sort of we have a small pile of them waiting for it to be time to strike as far as the
backyard
vintage.
Mowing. I don't know if I've ever seen backyard mowing in the house, but I really like that name.
Where are you? I'm backyard mowing. That's where I am.
Right under 6x6 saying that they promote at 6.
Biff and I had one per day. Probably you are in a mature category. I'm in a wannabe baller category. Yeah. Wait, let's see. I started again. Okay, that's the Christmas one. So yeah, are we gonna promote? We've got to do some testing. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to change anything too irrationally. I'm still doing the nuclear reset. We're piddling a couple of sales a day. Everyone still seems to be down in January, so I don't want to just add promotion to it yet.
I think we should.
But I want it to go all the way till like June. Do a really long, in-depth, no promoting thing.
I say let's
I don't know
try
if it
it.
can survive.
Let's try it. Yeah, I don't think so either. I think we should give it a shot, and especially since you came up with this nuclear reset, I think people would be really interested to see.
Nuclear.
I
I want to do the smart
dog
reset
hair.
now, though. We're going to do the smart reset. We're going to develop the smart reset.
Which may be with promoting. That's part of the smart.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, some promoting as well.
Reset.
So maybe not on the really unique items.
No promote. Well, that's the smartness. Yes. Smartness is
Yeah.
on stuff, more common stuff, but you never need to. Tommy knows this too, I'm sure. I mean, it's like if you have the item, you don't promote that at all, because then you're just giving up free money. Because that's how we've gotten up to this point, is we never promoted. No, there was a time in June, right before they killed us, they murdered us at the end of Q2. We were promoting dynamic ad rate even on items that sell fast, and I think they liked us.
Yeah, and it worked well. It was great. And then we shut off the promoting. And then when we turned
I
it
got it,
back
Tommy.
on,
Yeah,
it wasn't working anymore.
didn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Tommy's just saying they like the oldness. So you know how they had what are those? It's not a rat rod, but they have those cars where you have like a really bummed out looking Mercedes, but on the inside it's like solid gold toilets and everything, but on the outside it looks like a rust bucket. It's called it's rat something or something.
They look
they
like
like
they're,
that in the computers. Yeah.
They look like they're from that movie Mad Max. Or
Yeah,
something.
like something like Mad Max, but in the inside they're totally tricked out. You got to like put on, shoes, slippers just to go in there and stuff. I love that.
And 6x6 is saying I was using the theory of you just moved it. Promotion at the end of last year. Stop.
I moved it again.
My
huh?
eyeballs already hurt. Only promoting middle of the road $25 to $45 items, and driving buyers to my store on those while not giving away all profit on low.
Oh, by the way, spam Banshee, Primo Kimo. Welcome. Yeah, so the middle of the road stuff, that's a place to promote. And not promoting high end stuff, of course. Yeah. High end stuff that has has a sell-through rate or whatever. I mean, I guess I'm going to have to start being like J-Rod Jr. and talking about reality stuff, which I don't want to do that. I can't imagine if I have to look up sell-through rates and stuff, but I am confused about sell-through rates, not necessarily what it is, but just specifically, can you really have a 300% sell-through rate?
Well, no, that's
And
not
also,
possible. 100%.
can you have...
Well, that's just it. I'm not sure how people calculate the sell-through rate.
Josh calls Kofefe.
It's not just look at Josh. It's not just look at how many are currently on eBay and then how many sold in the last 90 days, because there were also some that never sold, some that were relisted. So,
and sometimes when you look up an item, there's parts and other things in it that are lowering it, and then looking at it on TerraPeak, it was giving me different numbers than looking on it on 90 days. So I'm not really, I don't know how to do that, because I live in this collectible category where we're sitting on a giant pile of crapple that we have to snapple. We're border on hoardering, people. Mm-hmm. Well, we're way past border.
But I think you could get like a quick maybe idea, but it's not really like
not
analytical.
Excellent. But it's probably good enough when you're out, sourcing. So, you're just looking for like something, a ballpark. Guitar stun funny. Wow.
Hi.
Guitar study fun. Hello, spam and print.
Oh Lord.
I used to work on computers and still have a few of them. They're inspiring me to list them on eBay. Yes, welcome. First of all, I'm not sure I've seen you before.
Aloha.
Aloha. Yeah, what kind of computers do you have? I'm curious to know. I've sold them all, but our big deal was back in the late 90s, 2000s when we cleared out all the colleges of their Apple stuff. So like Middlebury College, which is a super duper high-end liberal arts college, and they still had like Apple Lisas, just like for some reason there, and they just swept the entire floor right into the back of my truck. Well, I had to borrow a truck. It wasn't really mine. Gina's in the house. Hi, everyone. Didn't realize you went live already. Came in early. Josh Galt had major malfunction over there in on the border and could not keep the stream going. That's what she said.
And I was sleeping, and I hear a sweetie. And I'm like, what?
It was 1:20. I'm not sure what time he ended. It was like 1:15, and I'm like, hey, we can get on early, because I do like earlier.
I still need a stretch for waking up.
It's okay. But see, this is who was I talking about earlier today? I think it was Tommy. No, it wasn't Tommy. It was who's the one that writes a whole bunch in the comments?
Jack.
Not Jack, the other person. Anyway, he was just saying how how reselling is so great. How yesterday I said we should just, if this is how it's going to be, we should just thank our lucky stars that we have this opportunity for 24 years to just, sell stuff like awesomes and not have to have a real 9-to-5 job. And he was saying that he got to see the birth of all of his kids and stuff. His wife is the backbone, has like a job to get benefits, but he was able to be there, which isn't always a thing. The wife had to be there for the births, but he got to be there, didn't have to ask for time off or anything. Just how great reselling has been to us.
It does afford you stuff like that.
And she's now part of it. That might be my greatest achievement ever. Isn't that cool though?
Wait, did you just
don't have to work
turn your
anymore.
shoulder to me so I could pat you?
Yes, pat me. I mean, you got to take a nap just now.
Yeah,
Remember?
how nice when you're not feeling good and you can just
get to go take a nap.
instead of forcing yourself to go to
My mom
work.
worked at Hewlett Packard in the 70s in the Bay Area, and I used to go in with
I'm
her.
getting hot now.
I used to go in with her on the weekends. She had to do overtime stuff, and I remember in the women's bathroom, I was young. There was like an extra room with like some couches and stuff. And ladies just got to go in there and just chill. Like, I'm taking a break. They just go in, disappear for 3-4 hours. I assume they're just shopping in there.
Oh, boy. Biff says, my January has been normal so far for the record. I know that's not popular.
Wait, where are we?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Go down.
The
Now go
Biff
down.
Boffo method.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Well, it's not popular because we're not getting it. I mean, I would love to be in your up on your parade float for sure. Tommy, always promote everything personally, so I show up on other people's real estate, and that's the 2.6%. So if you're gonna promote for the specific benefit of showing up on the modules that they have.
What is RestoMod?
RestoMod is something. I've heard that. What is it?
I don't know.
We know that. It's a person, place, or thing.
Where's the...
What is RestoMod? Motorcycle Dork says
Wait, does this
RestoMod.
go for 2 minutes?
Full minute, so you can think. It's thinking music.
Oh, wow. All right, well,
We call them sleepers.
music
Good
is
afternoon.
not-
Amy's in the house. Welcome, Amy. Not possible to be over 100% sell-through. No, so why, Tommy, do you... I mean, I'm not, and I'm most definitely not picking on our good friend J-Ride over there, but I think that's where I first heard it. And then I might have heard somebody else say it. Well, you got it from somebody else, and I was just like, but
No, I heard Jay Ride talking about sell-through rate. I don't remember him saying, "Oh, this
The
has
300. Who said the
I don't
300?
know.
But I heard it more than once. So don't. I'm sorry if I pinned it on
But
you. It wasn't.
I thought to myself, "Oh, I wonder how he
Oh
calculates his sell-through
wait, hold on.
rate."
Biff Baffo's answering it, and it was the answer that I was thinking maybe it could have been if that was true. We use very elementary calculations so we don't confuse people. Tommy says if you want to separate yourself just to make lots of like items, I do with shoes all the time. People love multiple items for a little discount. Yes. Biff says colloquially, 300% sell-through rate would be 27 sold in the last 30 days versus 9 listed presently. So in those 90, so it's 100% 30-day sell-through rate. So we're talking 90-day sell. That's not a sell-through rate. That's a 90-day sell-through rate. So that's what eBay users are using. They're using a 90-day sell-through rate as the math basis.
If there were,
is that it right? I mean, I'll drive you crazy trying to figure out math, but in the case that traditional sell-through rate can only be 100%, but if they're saying more sold than were listed, how can that be?
No, it's just saying that 27 sold
over 90 days.
But currently there are only 9 listed, so that would mean when you compare the only 9 listed.
I see.
To
so
the
that's
27,
100% sell-through rate per 30 days.
So that's why it's when you're looking,
per 30 days. So it could be 300 if it was over 90 days, but it couldn't be 700, couldn't be 750, couldn't be 761.
So if there were 27 currently listed and 27 sold in the last 90 days, it would be considered 100%.
My brain broke back at Resto Mod.
Yeah, I think no matter what, it gives you a good understanding, though.
I guess if you see that, you're like, oh, that's good. I'll get that. But the thing is how do you determine between... So I see people talking about, I don't pick things up unless it's 85% sell-through rate. And, okay, so I understand the language. We're speaking the same language. 85% pretty good sell-through rate. 50% pretty bad. 75 is probably a good target. 85 would be good. But what's my question?
I don't know.
Me neither. Just stating facts.
So, yeah, I think you get a good idea. It's not exactly perfect, but I think you get a good understanding by just looking at the currently what's up and what's sold in the past.
It's the 90-day thing, I think, that confuses me, right? Isn't it? Let's pretend that's what it is.
Because that's what the results always show, right? Your 90 days.
Well, Biff says we can debate the semantics. That's what we're doing right now. We're semantifying. Guitar Study Fun says, Aloha, Pentium 1, 2, 3, and 4s, chord duos, etc. I wish I kept the old apples I had. Yes. You wish you did.
Yeah, we had, oh gosh.
So many.
We had
hundreds
many.
and hundreds of Cube Max.
We have a little cube. Oop,
there's just one right
up
there.
There. We have, that's like our last one or two.
I got a couple, but that's the Classic 2, which was the fastest, the most advanced one of the cubes, and it just works fast and is nice. And then right next to it is its counterpart in the universe, and that's the Vectrex.
And
it's the opposite world.
We would buy them for how much a pound? 10 cents a pound?
Oh, sweetie, don't be ridiculous.
What
That's so rude. 15 cents.
We
Some things were 12
pallets
cents.
full of Apple computers for 15 cents.
But not just that, we just bought software, everything. It was a computer recycler who didn't have an outlet for it, and I just came and I got a 2,500 square foot warehouse and literally just palletized pallets of.
And we toted those around with us for years.
You see why I don't want to work? I don't want to like kill myself anymore because we did
so much
already.
On storage.
We paid $65,000 on storage at one point that I figured out over 10 years.
How many years
that was
ago?
Decades ago.
We ended up selling like a 18-wheeler load of computers to another Apple computer collector, and
then he died, and I think they just all sat in the.
I know. I wish.
We don't know what happened.
I know.
But it was sad. I think he died of a broken apple. He didn't. He had a disease.
Oh, Josh is saying you can have a 300% sell-through rate
How?
if you accidentally sell an item
3 times.
Oh.
On all 3 platforms.
Oh my god, that is so funny, Josh. And then where's the? Yeah, you get all of the sound effects.
6x6 said just got a call to pre-pick an estate sale. Ooh,
No,
shame,
you're lucky.
shame on you. You got the early call. Oh, that just makes people angry.
Hi, Jeff.
Is Jeff? Where's Jeff?
Jeff Zenick.
Oh, Jeff Zennig's in the house. Aloha, welcome.
And Mark says no yawning allowed.
Did you yawn?
A little earlier.
That's one of your Instagram.
That's one of my handles was Yanni yawn.
She yawns all the time.
But no, I
I need
actually
oxygen to my giant brain.
I did just. I woke up 7 minutes before.
Yeah.
Coming
Just
down.
roughly about 37 minutes ago.
I'm not feeling so great today.
Stoic is here. Hi, Kevin. How you doing? Aloha.
Yeah, he commented up above.
Did he?
Yeah.
I can't keep it straight because we had to rush, so my brain's super extra jolted. If it has 100% in 90 days, that's how long it will take. If 200% sell through, then 45 days. Keep the pattern. Okay, right. So it's the 90 days. That's not what he's saying. It's 300% in 30 days is what he's saying. If it has a 100% in 90 days, that's how long. See, I don't like this sell-through rate thing. I'm canceling sell-through rate, by the way, everybody. So, sell-through rate canceled. STR. I do not allow any combination. Those letters can no longer coexist.
No.
I'm just not going to. I refuse to understand it at this point. I'm going to remain ignorant.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I have to, and then I'll figure it out. Because yet I don't have to yet. That would be if I was looking for an item, like looking for inventory, trying to figure out some new inventory to sell. I don't have that.
Well, we've been fortunate enough to not have to go into other categories.
It's true.
But
and I don't give a crap what the sell-through rate is on all this stuff I have. It's selling. It's going to sell. I'm going to force it just through the eBay fun factory. Just squeeze it into
like
people's
the
houses.
Play-Doh thing.
Well, look, one thing that we do when we do this nuclear reset thing, and Tommy, you got to appreciate this. Come on, guys, you got to appreciate this. Tell us how great. It was her idea. No, it was mine. But unless you don't like it, then it was hers. I lower every single day. I'm currently, because of the windfall, the opposite of windfall, which is a downfall, I guess, of sales in the past 10 days. I lower all items by 1% per day. At the end of 10 days, okay, 10% lower. End of 30 days, 30% lower. If my items are not selling and the price is the problem, pictures are great, everything. So if it's just the price, everything has to sell at some number. Then with this new markdown method that I'm doing, 1% a day, eventually my entire store should sell out in. We're doing percentages.
You're really doing 1% a day. I know you were doing when you were doing the other reset. Every 4 days, you would lower 1% a day, and then on the 5th day, you would
Jump
put it
back
back
up
to
5%.
the original price.
But right now, because sales are so crummy, I'm just going to keep lowering it
Okay.
1% till somebody comes in and buys my entire store. And maybe it will only be worth 1%. But what are we going to do? I mean, that's what we're doing. We could advertise. No. I mean, maybe. I just want to be totally no PO.
Yeah, but so
Do we
you're
feel
willing
cool?
to
It's just
chop off your nose to spite your
Yes,
face?
I'm willing to step over $1 million to get a scraped up dime on the ground. Too bad we can't do Bill Cosby was so funny when he was alive.
Oh, thank you
His
so
comedy.
much. Guitar Study Fun. Yes, I'm a newbie here, but I love your channel. I've been watching for over a month.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I gotta go down here. So I don't understand what Stoic said at all. And then Biff Boffo says the app shows 90 days of sales, so people
Right.
use 90 days as the default time
Because
period.
they aren't going around with their computer.
It's the eBay STR, so that's why. Then they expect 100% STR items to sell in 90 days.
And Mark is saying that Josh Galt is officially in smart bleep mode.
Well, he gets a day off. I mean, he likes these days off, man. Sure, it's windy. I don't want to do it. See you, bye. You gave it the old college try.
Biff is saying, I marked down after 2 years. That's how lousy my STRs are.
I mean, I don't even know. Well, nothing we had in our store. Veronica the Boss, hello, aloha.
Hi, Veronica.
I don't know how long our stuff has been there because of the nuclear reset, and I don't know which of our numbers matter anymore. Our sell-through rate is, what's the 1% number? That's not. Is that sell-through rate? No. What's the 1% number? Ours is 1%. It should be higher than that. 1.5, 2%. See, that's the kind of
The conversion rate to sales.
sales conversion rate. That's like the MBA stuff that I used to know or care about.
Right. So
Hold on, I got to send out some offers here. I'm gonna take some time out and send out some offers. Oh, look, the the mystery Duran Duran things are in here.
Oh,
So-
how crazy!
So when we have Duran Duran Notorious cassette, 1986, and Duran Duran Is There Something I Should Know, 1983-45, and usually there's another one, but I sent out an offer on that today. It actually went through. These never go through. They're like these phantom ones. Listings not eligible for offers.
Oh,
They
right.
never
And
go
somebody
through.
one time said maybe it's a
Blocked
blocked
buyer.
buyer, and
But they would have had to have
why would eBay
looked at this
still
30 times because it's happened 30
Yeah.
times.
And what's funny too is how yesterday at night you said, "Oh no, I forgot to relist everything after doing
Yeah,
my
so
end."
yeah, I mean, I sort of showed my story yesterday. So if you ever want to see my story, go look at the video yesterday. You could go look at it. And then I was like, last night I'm sitting there, and I'm about ready to. I don't know what time it was. It was bedtime for us because we're old. So it was probably 4:30. We just got back from Applebee's for the early bird special. and
No,
it
the
was time for bed.
Holiday Inn.
The Holiday. Oh, remember
Restaurant.
Grammy liked to go
Aw. There aren't Holiday Inns.
there. They're all
anymore,
gone now.
right?
Yeah, they used to have the buffet and everything. But anyway, about 7 o'clock last night, I have 45 items in my store because I did the empty my ended listings. I ended my items earlier in the morning, but I forgot to sell similar part.
So we're like, oh, this is
Oh,
weird. No
lame.
activity today. Well,
Lame.
that's because, yes.
Well, we did enough eBay yesterday. We talked for 2
lame-o.
hours about it, and then everybody made us think. I was trying to put up records on the screen and show all my Minecraft matrix.
So you're trying to find what your sales conversion rate is, right?
It's the average sales conversion rate.
Ooh, it's poop right now.
Yeah,
Right.
it's 0.6%, and then our average click-through rate is 0.2%. And I don't know how those get messed up by
Is it 2% usually
nuclear.
considered good for average sales conversion?
2% for sales
Sorry, I
conversion.
keep
Yes,
yawning.
that would be good. 2% sales conversion. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is excellente.
I believe so.
Anything over 1.2 is good, but I think people that really crazy, trendy stuff or whatnot might get 6, 7, 10% maybe even. But I don't think you get above 10%. Do you on that? For those who know, for the G's out there that know all this stuff.
Biff was saying.
Hold on, I gotta clear my throat.
Biff
Done.
Biff was saying at the bottom there. You just scrolled back up.
I don't want to miss anybody.
I don't like how that little heart thing.
Yeah, right over the top of that.
Reactor is always in the way. Okay, Biff. Under normal conditions, I sell 1/100th of my store.
1/1000th.
I mean 1/1000. I can't talk.
And he's going from. Don't tell me. I'm guessing. Hold on. You are raising your percentage of your store by 30% this year. You want to go from 37,000 items to 50. I don't know. I know it was Biff's got big numbers.
his click-through is 0.6 and conversion is 3.
Yeah,
That
that's
is a
good
great conversion.
We used to have that, like when we weren't doing the nuclear reset. We had like 3s, 2.8, 3, something like that. What when we weren't doing the reset and we were selling higher sell-through rate items like vintage computing stuff.
The vintage computers were.
That's our driver.
Yeah.
That's like and then then we have some things in there that are like our Costco chickens, like our loss leaders. Very few though.
What do you mean Costco chickens?
Like a Costco we have loss leaders. We're professional business here. We have to have loss leaders that drive traffic into our store to then purchase all these irrelevant, unnecessary items that they don't need.
Backyard Mowing has a 0.4 click-through and a 1.1 conversion.
1.1 here.
Yeah, you're doing better than us.
Yeah. And I don't know when this dropped because it was a 1 and then, but wait, 0.2 and 0.4. So yeah, the average click-through rate obviously messes with nuclear reset obviously messes with them, but whatever. It doesn't really matter right now. Apparently sales aren't allowed right currently.
Well, yeah, for some people, right?
Well, for some people selling, I believe, in the more anything and collectible categories, but there are certain narrow niches that are selling like hotcakes still, or have not noticed a big decline.
Yeah, and Backyard doesn't do any resets at all, just promoting.
Backyard, what kind of stuff are you selling? Does everybody want to look at my Venn diagram? I was just kidding. I'm going to perfect my Venn diagram, and then this is going to be the crux for the most important eBay
Backyard
development.
Mowing's an everything seller.
Everything.
Yeah.
So anything. Then I split up anything
any
into
years
vintage,
of manufacturing,
like vintage or new, like contemporary or vintage items. Everything items. And then that's the categories that I've found so far. So clothing, basically half the YouTube population sells clothing, and it's so well documented on how to do it. I could do it if I wanted to, I guess. We could watch Tech and Sports and just go to the bins. Why don't we do that, by the way? So we could just go experiment.
Our limited clothing experience
It's been
seems
a drag.
like a hassle.
It's been a drag.
It's been mainly women's clothing, and
and all my old like Grateful Dead
things
shirts.
get
Those sold great.
returned.
Like the liquid blue stuff, all that stuff sold great. Like collectible clothing sold great.
Yeah, collectible
Vintage
clothing.
collectible clothing.
Hawaiian dresses, we didn't have anyone wanting to return those, but
the second we tried to sell a couple of just like good brands that were more contemporary, we just got returns.
It didn't fit, not right, even though we have all the precise measurements. Yeah, Good Karma is saying too many returns in clothing. Yeah.
And Backyard Mowing's mostly new stuff. Yeah, so there's definitely a difference in doing new stuff with promotions seems to definitely work. I'm going to say the collectibles, vintage stuff with promotions seems to be failing or not working very well.
Biff, sharing his good ideas. My SKU is my listing date. That's how I keep track of items through the constant resets.
Well, you have with so many items, you have to. So at 2,000 items. And tell me, most of you are probably similar to this. I think I've even touched on this point before. It's how, well, with us, because we don't buy a lot of items, it's just years. I know every single item. I know how much I paid for it. I know where it came from. I know where it is in the house. Of course, one too many cheeseburgers, and I'm going to have a stroke, and you're not going to find anything. But actually, that's not true, because she and I made an inventory system-ish thing that she manages. So
yeah. Biff was saying that he's never had a return on a Ren Spooner, but I've only ever sold 2 or 3.
Yeah, and those are high-end Hawaiian shirts and stuff.
Yeah, and vintage Hawaiian is
nobody's going to send them back.
Extremely popular. Yeah, and I feel the people that are buying vintage Hawaiian clothing, they'll just sell it at one of the tiki events or give it to a friend or something if it doesn't, fit them. But
and Tommy says my click-through rate and conversion isn't great, but that's because gets around 8 million impressions with 350 listings per month, and that's. I wish I used to watch. I guess we could go back and historically look at some of that, because I wonder when we only had.
Quirky friend, hi.
Aloha.
I like the hand.
When we used to do that, when our store was about 350 items of high sell-through rate, which was before the pandemic, and then in 2019, that's when I started doing the Fracking the Hoard, and then that's when she joined in. So for the past 3 years, we've been doing Fracking the Hoard with some vintage computer sales for sure, but not like we used to maintain, like that small store with just good stuff. And anyway, the point of that was I have to go back and look at what our impressions and listings were, but that's probably why ours are crappy too, because we seem like we have a lot of views. Is that right? No, we don't seem like we have a lot of views. I just fell asleep. We have a lot of page views. We have a lot of impressions from the nuclear reset, and because of that, that must skew because he says he also gets a lot of views, but his views are like. Well, I guess our views are real.
Yes, if you go back to your
like they're fake views.
Your performance chart there.
Let's do it. Which one? This one over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then click on the average click-through rate.
Yeah,
the little
right there.
Information dot.
The dot.
It says
That's non-search impressions.
The average click-through rate.
Okay, got it.
It says the number of page views to your listings from eBay during this time period divided by the number of impressions. This excludes external page views. For example, if your listings get 1,000 impressions and 5 page views from eBay, your click-through rate is 0.5%.
Okay. I don't care about that ever.
And then your average sale conversion.
You know what? I'm going to cancel that one too. So sell-through rate and average click-through rate canceled.
Yeah. So for this past month, we have 4,491,732 impressions.
Very impressive.
So we get a lot of impressions too, it looks like, but
the page views, that turns into 7,000 page views in the last 30 days, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it worked fine. Oh, look, here's our little big city with the farm and the outskirts.
Okay, that's not visible to anyone, but
I know, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. It looks like it's giving us the middle finger, actually.
Kind of does. It's like 2 empty days and just a big blue finger in the middle.
It's like, so there.
Biff says, I don't think I've had 8 million views in my niche lifetime. I mean, I don't know how you check. I guess you have to pay attention. I guess you can, historically. I'm surprised at how much information they do actually have historically. That you can go back 2 years and look at, and they still give you the bar charts and everything, your Minecraft bar charts.
Tommy's like, yeah, that's why I say impressions are meaningless, Bill. Biff.
Impressions are.
I just did what you did.
Yeah, Bill. Bill Boffo's just
that's because
somebody
my
walking
eyeballs
around.
are hurting.
But Biff Boffo, that's Back to the Future. Impressions are meaningless. But I mean, again, you can't have a page view without an impression, and you can't, can you? Yeah, direct search. Can you? Yeah. So impressions, okay, so now we're really getting somewhere with the thinking. Like when you start to think, stuff happens. But when you...
Yeah, well, you just reminded me of Joe Pesci for a second.
Just for a second?
When you start...
Whatever you want, Joe gets.
And there you go. Jeff is liking Biff's...
Leo gets, not Joe gets.
Jeff is liking...
Sorry for ruining the afternoon with
Biff's idea reference. There of putting the original listing date in the SKU.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
Yeah, thanks, Biff.
But then you can't put your you can't put your box number.
Yeah, you could.
You can do everything.
Yeah.
You put the date, and then you put a box number. You do both.
I do both.
You do both.
I would, yeah.
Okay.
It's only our books that I use that, and that's the storage box number that it's in. But everything else we could just put the date. Yeah.
Biff gets the middle finger graph frequently. Oh yeah, I was right. 38,000. It was 37. Moving on up already, and trying to jam that up to. I think he said 50,000 or something. Store followers shouldn't create an impression, right? I've never thought about it, but if they just go to Save Sellers and browse. Don't know, right? So you could definitely get page views without impressions. And as a matter of fact, I was noticing that at the beginning of the nuclear reset, I was getting more page views than impressions, and going, that's got to be just wrong. But maybe that's what's happening. Or people were because remember we had a problem when I started to do the nuclear reset, that people were contacting us saying, why are you relisting all your stuff every day? It's annoying. I keep seeing your same items here, and I get the eBay message in the morning that says there's new item listed in a category I'm interested in. Save searches. And then they got mad at us. Well, they questioned us. They didn't get mad, but
Okay, I'm so immature right now.
yeah, you.
Well, hi Jack.
Hello, Jack.
Jeff was like, sorry, I meant Biff Boffo. He said Bill Boffo. Is that why I said Bill Boffo? And then I blamed you for
we're never
me
gonna
saying.
know. We're never gonna know why.
But Jack was saying for CDs, I have a SKU that looks like this, and then it looks like, you see that?
Where? What? Huh?
What are you doing? Why are you looking over there? Not at that.
I don't know. What am I supposed to be looking at?
Okay, I'll read it.
What are you looking at?
At the
I'm looking at you looking at this, which makes you turn that way. Why don't you turn the things
You're
over
looking at the cameras, whatever.
here?
So Jack is
I
saying
should bring a mirror into
his
this.
SKU is
Then get really
23-CD-124. That's item 23, a CD posted on January 2024.
That makes a lot of sense. Just looked at the clock and realized I'm late. Hi, Spam and Primo. Is it 2:30? We came on at 1:30, Patricia.
Hi, Patricia.
Because JG got the wind took him out, so we came on early.
He wasn't.
And I had to
able
wake up. Bridget her eyes hurt, and so she took a nap. And we're thankful that she works on eBay so she can take a nap. And then she got up.
Yes, I am very grateful for that.
7 minutes before the show started.
Thank you, eBay, for allowing me to take a nap.
Take
when
a
I don't
nap.
Feel great.
I mean, that's like one of the things, though, isn't it? Isn't it the precious moment? That's the precious eBay moment. I'm just gonna have some international coffee. Take a little, maybe a Calgon. All on eBay's done. Thank you.
Wait, I don't have any like lovely sounds. Watch this.
Those don't work yet.
Oh, I wanted that.
Sorry.
I only
You
have.
can't have everything. I've got this, though.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Calgon, take me away. What happened? Nesbitt saying hello to Patricia. Jack is saying 35, 33, 124 would be 35th item, 33 RPM. But what if it's like a sock? You can't put 33. What's like the numeral projection of a sock? You're probably not selling a sock, but if you were.
And does your SKU correlate with where it's stored? Is that like...
Well, he does say the 35th item, so that could be probably a box or something, maybe. But it doesn't say which box. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Explain, Jack.
So what we do is for all of those film study books we have, they're in boxes that are labeled. So
we have to stay on for another 2 hours for Patricia.
So we use the SKU section for those particular books, and we just put the box that they're in. But for everything else that we sell, we have a Google spreadsheet. And we have
the bin number.
Yeah, and we have a whole bunch of bins that we have labeled with a number, and then on the Google spreadsheet, it will, if we sold the plush Garfield slippers, it will say bin number 2. And so then I go pull it, and then I remove it from the spreadsheet and move it into a sold spreadsheet.
But as far as dates, I don't think we've ever even never
haven't.
kept track of dates at all, because I would know. I'll know if I've had something for a really long time. And basically what we did was we created a second store, and we just moved everything I've had forever. Just sits there and rots on a different store.
But I think
instead of on our main store.
I think because you can search based on the SKU. like when you.
Oh yeah, inside
So
your.
you could do a quick search based on your SKU column, and then go, okay, all of these items I'm now moving into my other store, or taking off from eBay, or they've just been up there too long.
Except for you have to
discounting
actually
them.
list them onto the new store, which is such a pain in the
no,
butt.
thank you, nope. Mm-mm.
We did that with the Ink Frog once, and never again.
I'd rather spend the time
Literally just manually do it.
It was awful.
Because you had to go back in everyone anyway and take out their HTML. So
yeah, and it didn't
middle finger bar graph to Ink Frog.
It didn't give you all of the item specifics either. It didn't import that
or the pictures.
Yeah, there
like,
were
so
too many things it didn't help
do for
with. So yeah, I'd rather spend the time.
I did it pretty quickly.
I'd rather spend the time putting more items on our main eBay. Jack must have miles of shelves and just adds to the right. I wonder. And
he went to a thrift store, Jack did, and got 13 CDs that average $20 and up. And they're still there. Excuse me. We found a bunch of CDs. I mean, we already told that story about how I'm into like the rave CDs. I think the rave CDs are the biggest thing coming. And they were. They all sold. Sell-through rate super high. They all sold within 90 days. That's 100% sell-through rate according to the math.
Yeah, they were popular, that's for sure. And Jack was saying, so along a wall, I have bookshelves for normal sized books, and at the first is the earliest number.
Oh, I see.
This way, I can add new inventory on the end. Every few months, I reorganize to save space.
Buffo's got 38,000 items. Jack has a lot of items too, and we have just 2,000 little baby items that we basically could just take out and play with every day. We're just like, oh.
Well,
everyone needs to be taken out and polished.
Well, I think that's
with
why
a rag, with a diaper.
I think that's why we haven't felt a need yet necessarily for having to keep track of how long an item's been on, because 2,000 items, it's a lot,
items
but
in
not,
our store. Hold on, I'll just look at our thing right now.
But not too hard to just keep a mental note of, oh yeah, that's been up there for a while. Or,
do we sell something? See, now we put the phone into do not disturb, and I can't get the cha-ching. Oh, we sold one of those weird prototype RCA CEDs.
Oh, cool.
We got these little stack of RCA CEDs that Bolo. These are so rare.
Wait, you just sounded like Popeye for one
Bolo.
split.
No,
you went,
Bolo.
But we sold them for like $500 for the first one, then $190, then $150, then $100. It's like a stack of 5 of them, and they were $10. So that was cool. You're welcome, Wallet. We did something right last year. Did one thing right.
It's going to Arizona.
It is. Is that a name? That's a name. There's so many vowels in there. No vowels.
Yeah, there are.
Must be Russian.
There are 2 vowels.
Yeah, I'll buy 2 vowels. I'm hungry. This really messed up Josh is bailing on his show. Messed up my lunch. I didn't have time to dine properly. The dog's still asleep. By 2:30 he'd be awake. Actually, that's not true.
Hi, honey bunny.
I need to email you for a scheduled start time. Yes, Patricia. I mean, really, 2:30. Our shows right now, we would do them every single weekday, but we just don't have the time right now. But 2:30, Tuesday and Wednesday, and 4 o'clock on Friday, the non-eBay shows.
And we were doing the 1 o'clock while Josh
was gone.
Well, Josh was on break from doing videos.
Yes.
But then now that he's back, we are 2:30.
And I enjoy that time with Josh. Story time with Josh. Jack only has 4,200 on his store.
Gosh.
Okay, so he has
100,000 plus records.
Do you know how many records that is, Jack? Come on. Do you know? We had our.
Is your house collapsing from the weight of?
We had in our garage. Remember when we had the record sale 10 years ago? And I had all these 45s, maybe 50 boxes, full length boxes of 45s. And there's how many are in each one? 100, 200, something like that. I don't remember either. But we also had tons and tons and tons of albums. One guy came and basically bought everything. And there's just no way. And that guy was a record buyer. So he took maybe, I'm just going to guess, maybe 20,000 records from us and took them to his giant record pile. And he made specific note to tell me that his kids didn't give a crap about these records, but that's what he was collecting all the records for, was to sell them. And he's like, I'm in bad health and my kids don't care, but I'll just help me load up these 20,000 records into my station wagon. It's a sickness. We have it.
Yeah.
Those of us who have it, have it.
That is true.
It's so true. Let's see. Gina, I need predictability somewhere in my life. I'm sorry. I'm sure tomorrow we'll be fine. We just figured that everyone was.
Tomorrow
No, wait, we're not doing it tomorrow. Sorry. Lies. Patricia, I ruined you again. So sorry. We will be back on Friday at 4. But next week, as long as Josh's internet holds together, as long as his squirrel keeps. Does he have that cat in the squirrel cage? I wonder how his kitty's doing. His elderly kitty. Oh. Tommy says, I want 0
Wait,
listings.
you didn't finish, but
Wait,
as
what?
long as
Where was
as
I?
long as you were answering or talking with Patricia, and you were saying as long
Let's
as
reconstruct.
as long as the squirrel is not eating away at Josh's internet, next week we will be doing 2:30.
Yes, 2:30. Tuesday and Wednesday. And then, yeah, I mean, I would like to. But, I mean, we actually do have to work sometimes. But this is a nice little chat time.
Yeah. And
I like having her opinion on it.
Tommy.
And then on Tuesdays, I don't like having her opinion on it. That's how it works. Just on Tuesdays.
What?
No, Tuesdays you sit back there, and then I don't have your opinion on it. And then Wednesdays you sit up here, and we have your opinion on it. What's it? eBay. eBay is it. I want 0 listings. I work better under pressure. And Amy says, I've got thousands of CDs, but can't bring myself to list them. You know, Amy, the best way to list them, and we had, basically we're doing everything wrong. So that's what we just did, the everything wrong flippers. We went from the high sell-through rate to the low sell-through rate items, and we're trying to list small dollar items because we just had so many that we've accumulated over the years. And when we went into CDs and we're just like, that's it. We're just going to sell the CDs. Very, very, and I've had lots and lots of CDs. I was a DJ, so I got a lot of free promos and stuff with some good value. And then also kept very good condition of some of my CDs. So the very first thing to do is just go through all your CDs, take out Anne Murray and put her elsewhere, because she is not going to sell. And take out the ones you know aren't going to sell. So it needs to be rock. It needs to be metal. It needs to be... Surprisingly, you can sell Barry Manilow, a couple other things like that, but that's just because people are weird. And then sort them by condition. No, stop. Erase. Back up again. Do you hate it when I erase?
Yes.
We have to get like a sound effect that's like...
I think I have that on my list of.
Well, no,
sound
I'm
effects.
adapting these sales techniques that I'm promoting as I go, which is the best type to take and make part of your own experience. But go through all your CDs for quality first. Take them out, look at them. If you've got one that looks like a mirror and there's no scratches at all, mint, near mint. I wouldn't sell it for mint, but near mint. If it's like brand new, but it has 1 or 2 just light little somethings, possibly could even wipe off if you tried. Don't even try to clean them yet. Just do near mint, list those. Boom, done. Out of here. Use a little alcohol and one of those yellow Costco rags. Very gently get off anythings. Barely even touch them. But near mint ones, list them, get some money from them, and you'll see.
She's saying they're all from the dance school, and many of them need help.
Yeah, that's the problem, is they have to be with with CDs, the death pile happens because the condition. So if you do have a whole bunch of CD, like go through them though, take out the near mint ones and sell them. If you want to sell CDs, start with your best quality. Then you have to spend $200 on a machine, the best functioning machine that I found. It's not the best machine going because that's like $5,000, but for our purposes, it does a really good job. It just takes a while and can be a little noisy. That's drawbacks. But anyway, we haven't even started that part yet. We just took out all the near mint stuff and excellent stuff and then didn't sell anything else yet. How much was that out of those? And then we bought a bunch of CDs too that were only perfect, really perfect condition.
Yeah, they're time consuming. For me, photographing them too with the reflective cases and
I mean that's a whole bunch of easy well, not easy, but those are the good problems. Those are the ones where I'm selling it, so I got to take a good picture. But it's just having the product that's worth selling that you're not going to get somebody going, this sucks, because they're kind of picky. So if you just sell the near mint ones, what are you going to do?
That's James.
What?
My boring reseller life.
He's in the house. Hello. Welcome, James.
James has lots of CDs.
Tommy was saying that would be an epic name. What was it? What were you saying? We're the do everything wrong resellers.
Do it all wrong. I mean, yeah, we're the apple dumpling reseller gang posse.
James is saying, I know nothing about CDs. LOL.
I know. I mean, you've got the endless rows. We at one time, when we collect them personally, not for sale, we had like pretty big shelving units full of CDs, but everything's now just on a computer. It all gets digested, sucked up into the computer, and then you can sell the CDs, which I like.
Jack was saying that. Well,
I wonder if James fixes his CDs, or does he not bother?
I wonder. Biff was saying, I've played the record game. They are heavy. Jack says storage units are great, not stored in-house. I gave away 40,000 out of the 45,078s, and the 2 buys I got in July. Wow. And
just for not needing the storage.
And Jack is replying to
You just kept the cream of the crop and gave away the crap of the crop.
The groups everyone knows goes into my antique booth, and then the obscure stuff goes on eBay and Discogs, $10 and up CDs.
Yeah, I mean, I found Primo, all the crap I throw away, the CDs, keep the cases. Yeah, because cases are actually pretty expensive. I mean, it's nice. At 25 cents, if you've got a $20 CD, but it's got a crappy case, you need to go down to the thrift store and just buy a whole bunch of junk CDs that have good cases just so you can increase the resale value of your $20 CD that's got a broken case. I mean, that's probably obvious. But,
okay. So
James does do that.
Oh.
He's got 2 Azura dual disc 2 machines.
Wow.
They're about $2,500 a piece. Exactly. So there's a $200 machine that we don't even have yet because we haven't moved into the phase where we have to actually, we just sold all the near mints and all the excellent CDs. And then we've got a whole bunch, like, I don't know, probably 1,000 of them that are really good CDs that like the specials and things that just have too many marks on them to take the risk that we have to recondition.
Outdoors World, aloha!
Aloha! Oops.
They're saying I have my first sale in 2024. It's getting interesting.
It's getting interesting. Are you going to be able to handle all the shipping today?
I don't know. That's pretty awful.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. No, I'm so happy you have your sale.
But did we decide
days?
something earlier today are they actually, so when we very first came on today, just an hour and 8 minutes ago, did we say that, is it time to promote for real now? Because and that's what you were saying.
Yeah, I really think that we need to.
2.6%? Just above the sucker level.
And I think it will be good.
Where's the sucker?
Just to follow up on this whole nuclear reset thing and
Well, maybe we should do it in our crappy store, but that it doesn't. You can't.
Nah.
You have to use like the store. You have to use the same store to do all the
right.
testing.
No, I want to do it in our main store. I want to do advertising, not off site, just promoted listings within.
We haven't
eBay.
paid any ads since November.
It is so nice though, just like when I look to see, what we actually made on something, not seeing ad fee charge. It's so nice seeing that.
I mean, just for bookkeeping.
Not seeing that.
Just for bookkeeping
Yeah.
alone. I don't have to look in 2 different places. But yeah, I mean, that is going to happen. But the way they shut us off, I mean, and I can't remember though. Was Josh still advertising? He didn't turn off his ads. No, he didn't. But everyone who got James Bond car ejected from the passenger seat on January 1st from their eBay sales, were we advertising? I wasn't. So, but was everybody else? Does anybody else have a story where they advertised right through the end of the year, but still saw a pretty decent drop off in sales for the past 10 days? Curious. Veronica asks, how do we manage your bookkeeping? Well, that's a very good question. It's a good question with a terrible answer. We don't do a good job of that yet. We are a whatchamacallit, LLC, and well, I mean, I'm just telling you basic business structures. Our general accounting is spreadsheets that we do ourselves.
Yeah.
But we just haven't rushed out to do all the important things that we should have already done. So again, along the lines of not just the worst resellers ever, but the most backwards resellers, resellers. Yeah, we don't have a good system. We do all of our taxes and everything accurately, but we do it all ourselves. And I wouldn't say that that's ideal.
Yeah, I think we could get a lot more breaks if we had
We should be doing it better. But at the same time, the whole point of everything that we've done in the past 3 years was to get rid of expenses, tighten up the whole operation, and try to survive off of this fracking the hoard idea with the small items, which was perfectly ill-timed.
Landshark Picker, what up today? We arrived early on our show because Josh Galt was having technical difficulties, so we started early, and yeah.
Yeah, and did you see Jack's comment that there's a Chinese lady who would buy all the e-waste and have it shipped to China for recycling? She's a billionaire. She's his spirit animal. Yeah, I mean, I'm well aware of recycling because of that experience I had with the computer stuff in the late 90s, early 2000s. And that person is a regional, huge e-waste recycler. And for the past, he credits me for building his business 25 years ago because I showed him
that there was worth.
There was worth in all this stuff. And I bought it, and he was happy to sell it to me. And then he just sort of picked my brain and asked me if I would sort of explain to him how to do it. And he's, for 25 years, has been employing 25 plus people in a huge warehouse in northern Vermont. And he, at all the dumps in all of Vermont, he has the electronic recycling, all goes into a container. He gets it all. His employees disassemble stuff, sell it on eBay. They're called American Retro Works on eBay, and check them out. I'm going to right now. American Retro Works. Good Point Recycling. Let me see. Which one are they on eBay, though? That's what I want to actually check. Are you going on your phone now? Now that I'm on this, you're going to go on it too?
No, I'm looking
It's Good
up
Point
American
Recycling.
Retro. Oh, okay.
Good Point Recycling of Vermont is the name of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people there, employees.
Yeah. They've got 39,000 items up for sale with 131,000 sold. 98.4 positive feedback. That's not how I taught you to run your business. I remember seeing, and let me see if they still have that, because there's one thing that how do you guys feel when you see negative feedback and then you see a seller, like a permanent seller response to negative feedback that's like all defensive and accusatory of the buyer? I hate seeing that. Makes me cringe. But let's see. I just want to see what is now. There's a lot of negatives. So in the past year, he's got 56 negatives. But
that seems crazy. But it was out of how many sales?
3,900 positives, 56 negatives.
That seems bonkers to me to have a 98.4 positive rating. With 56, but that just means they're selling so
a
many
negative
items.
Feedback is I received my purchase in a very timely manner, which was nice. However, the product did not work. When I let them know, they were apologetic and offered me a discount on my next order, which is very nice. Seems like a good company. Just had bad luck on this one. I don't think that's worthy of a negative. How do you like that? That is misuse of negativity.
I don't get why they didn't offer a refund, but maybe they aren't. Are they not top rated, or do they not offer refunds? I don't. Anyhow,
what do you mean? Oh, because if they offered a refund, they wouldn't get a negative feedback. Is that what you're saying?
Well, if it didn't work, why did they only offer a discount on the next purchase?
And offered me a discount on my next order. I wasn't even reading what I was saying. Yeah, wait. Okay, so yeah, that's wrong. Sorry. But I should, it'd be cool if I comprehended what I read out of my mouth.
These negatives are funny, though. The next one is, I received the wrong board. I needed the AB1234, and I received the AB12310 instead. Would like to exchange the proper board if possible, or else refund if I can't get the board. Thank you, sincerely.
And then they respond.
So nice in
they
these.
actually responding, this is your first transaction. Please understand our negative feedback is for sellers, not for the item. But why wouldn't you just get them to return it and then get rid of your negative feedback, because you can?
Yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, I'm just curious because I invented this business, so I'm now a part of it.
So clearly,
my name is now connected to this.
You need to get in touch with them and tell them that you need to have a refresher course with them.
Yeah, customer service refresher
25
course.
years later. So we have... Oh, and Land Shark says, I think I have sold that shirt you have on.
Seriously? I hope it brought you Christmas.
Oh, and then Jack was saying, in regards to his comment about the Chinese woman, he thought it was e-waste, but it's actually paper from the U.S.
Wow, really? And then what do they do with it? They take it to China and make cars and houses and stuff?
I heard over
What's that Russian car that's made out of paper? There is one. Anyway, I digress.
I think it was over the summer where some people got in trouble for... does California have...
Yes.
They would go and get the bottles from other states, like returnables, soda bottles and stuff, and they brought them back to their state.
California? No.
Where you can actually, turn them in for money.
Think that
and they got in trouble. They got a ton of money for doing all these bottle returns.
Who did?
This family. But you're not allowed to do that. You can't transport bottles that you purchase in one state.
Oh, you're talking about the E-West? I'm just like, how are you even making this story happen?
Sorry.
But I don't know about that. But I do know that California was the last to the party. I moved out to Vermont from California in the 90s, and there was 10 cents per can deposit here. In California, I think it was like the late 70s. It was very late to the show that California even put any amount, and then it was half a cent, California redemption value. And I remember my grandfather enjoyed a Oli or 10 a day, Oli beer. And he was like, hey, you want to go? He'd have burlap sacks that he'd put all the cans in. And he had this giant gear that was like a car axle, very heavy. but it had a big gear cog on one end, and it was just a shaft. Rest of it was a shaft, and you'd take it and you would just like sort of gently drop it on top of a aluminum can, and they would just squish into hockey pucks. And I remember the very first time, I'm like, this is my new business. I'm gonna take all these down to the Safeway, and I'm gonna get rich. And I took them down there, and the Safeway guy turned my cans away because they were all squished into hockey pucks.
Yeah, of course.
Because they had to be like full open cans. This is why I am the way I am. I mean, these are the kind of PTSDs I have from, you know, my single digit era.
Oh, did you hear that?
Did you hear that, Bay? Is it time for you? Oh my gosh, you smell extra good right now. You smell like Fritos.
He smells like he's been baking Fritos
Yeah,
in
he's
the
been-
oven.
Oh, dogs. My sales have continued despite the ending offsite on the 31st. Okay, good. Good Karma, Michigan was great to grow up in with the deposit money me and my bro would make every weekend. We bought wacky packs with the cash. Good times. Yeah, I remember my wacky packs. I have the full set of whatever year. The probably second series, something like that. The one with dampers in it. Dampers and Harry Lee pies. Scary Lee. There was two different ones. There was Harry Lee, so like Sara Lee pies, like cheesecake, but there was and there was Harry, and Scary was like a vampire cheesecake. I just remember that for some reason. Man, I mean, California, the Bay Area, but I think anywhere you grew up in the 70s were just ideal. The 80s were like 70s with computers. I straddled. I was on the cusp.
Yeah.
Well, did we talk enough already?
I definitely feel like I'm going a little down the
Little
drain
bonkers?
with my
Head? With your COVID?
what
You probably have COVID.
there's no way I could possibly have
Can you have COVID a month after you had COVID? I don't know. I put it I would not challenge you to do that because you would.
No.
Possibly.
There's no possible way I could have COVID. I just don't know how. But I feel pretty garbage.
COVID's kind of magic. It's kind of like eBay's magical innovations. COVID's a magical innovation.
Well, there's other things going around, but still.
Nope,
I mean, I
only
wear a
COVID.
mask everywhere I go.
There's nothing
so-
else but COVID. It's all COVID. Don't fool yourself. Wacky packs. Kids rode bikes back then. They did.
I know, how fun, huh?
We all rode BMX bikes. And then my grandfather goes to J.C. Penney and gets me a Rampar when all the kids have mongooses and stuff. What do you feel about that?
Is this part of your PTSD?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Severe PTSD. It was red, though. I really liked that bike. I actually loved it. I put what number? 00, I think, on my... everybody. So if you had a BMX bike in the 70s, you had to put numbers on it. If you're really cool, I mean super cool, you put on your number plate. I was 00. Red line for show. Yeah, the red lines were the best, but no, I got a Rampar. So you can see why I'm this way.
You poor thing.
I know.
Where's a violin?
Do we need the
I
world's
have
tiniest
that
violin?
as a sound effect? I need?
You have a big list of sound effects. You got to start downloading those so I can add them.
I know.
I mean, I don't think we're going to do any more eBay talk. I think we veered completely off the eBay-ness. So now we're just talking. We would have been on only for a half hour now, but now we've been on for like an hour and a half. So that's great.
Well, you talked for 2 hours yesterday, so.
I know. We can be done. It's
But
true.
you can talk, that's for sure.
Patricia sold creepy crawlers when she was a kid, needed goop money.
Oh.
Now, creepy crawlers are the ones you threw against the wall. And then they had some sort of toxic stickiness that it did pick up everything, but it didn't technically stick to anything, but it definitely stuck to dust and like debris. And then they wouldn't stick anymore. Are you suffering right now?
I feel like garbage.
Uh-oh, spaghetti hose. We should probably get you to stop breathing on me at this point. Okay, guys. Well, thank you all so much. We came on early because we thought we would just help fill in the gap there. But thank you so much for joining us. And the creepy crawlers, the 3rd-degree burns. Yeah, we sold a bunch of those plates just last year, remember? Had all those plates, creepy crawler plates. And I don't know what the goop was. So that's like some sort of plasticine. I mean,
Thanks,
who knows?
Amy.
Aloha, everybody. Thank you again. And we will see you on Friday at 4 o'clock for the Tiki Show. Until then, good luck with yourselves.
Thank you for being here, everyone.
And thank you so much. There's a horn to see out.
Patricia's
Aloha.
saying you pour the plastic resin into stuff in the metal plates and drop the plate into the hot thing.
Yeah, and then you burn yourself. That's how you do it. Okay, guys. Adios.
Bye, everyone.